produced several senior leaders for the state. But for the last 25 years, the Congress has been virtually out of power in the state. Sitting with us today is Rajiv Bakshi, one of the leaders of the Uttar Pradesh Congress in Lucknow, who feels that the Congress party has a chance of making a comeback in the next assembly elections because the people of the state are highly disappointed with the performance of the regional parties here. Mr. Bakshi, would you be kind enough to let Daily World know what your views in this matter are?
Congress, as I think we all know, is a very age-old party, and what remains of Congress in Uttar Pradesh does not seem to be very encouraging at this point in time. But I've always been of the opinion that Congress has a major stake and would be a major stakeholder in the coming 2017 elections, primarily because of the fact that Congress is a party which can possibly deliver. But Congress is a party which has basically carried along everyone with it and has not discriminated between religious sects or caste sects. What we see happening at the central government at this point in time, that you would find that there are all kinds of things which are happening. Maybe it is a case of akhlaq, or maybe it's a case where we are talking about intolerance. And these are the things which have never been a part of a Congress culture or Congress system in the past 60-65 years of what we are primarily accused of in a lot of speeches which are given by Modi and even the opposition parties here in UP. But in case if you've got to have a comparative, we surely do not have a very good comparative, because when we ruled the state, that was some years back. But now, coming of 2017, I think there is a very great hope for Congress to be back in power. I don't know whether we would get a majority or not, but surely we have a very high stake in terms of getting large number of seats where we would be a major contributor to the powers to be with, and to the powers who would basically decide the formation of this formation of the assembly. Now, as far as the regional parties are concerned, people are kind of fed up. In case if you see at the current Akhilesh Yadav government, you would find that there's so much of law and order situation happening. There is a lot of unemployment which is there. There's a lot of problems in terms of the basic administrative system. The government has not been able to meet the aspirations of the youth, while there we have a young chief minister. Now, that is only because of the fact that we do not have a structured system of governance. And when I talk about the structured governance of system, I talk about that there has to be some planned effort which has to be made. The Planning Commission has got to, of Uttar Pradesh, has got to get involved and lay out a scheme of agendas for the state government where we encompass everyone, whether it is from the minority or whether it is from the majority or from whichever caste. Now, what we see today happening is that we have employment being given to a particular community. Now, what it does is primarily is that it dissuades the rest of the communities, thinking that we are not a part of the whole scheme of development. We might talk about it, well, that this is what is happening, but then how do we encompass and how we could possibly have all these people put together once we are only promoting a certain community? The same happened with Mayawati as well. BJP doesn't seem to be holding water for the 2017 elections. Of whatever they have promised, whatever they had promised in the past 2014 elections, and now people have basically got a fair idea as to what would basically happen once, even in case if they're brought to power, which I don't think so is happening. So therefore, I think an opposition to Congress doesn't seem a very good situation for 2017. And what I personally feel is that till such time that the state government in Uttar Pradesh has got a structured, free-flowing scheme of opportunities to all youth and all people put together in the whole system, I don't think so any government could possibly survive. And I think the only forte which the Congress has is this, that we would be able to do what the other parties have not been able to do. I would not try to talk about the negativities of what is happening in BJP or what is happening in Samajwadi Party or what is happening in Bahujan Samaj Party. because it's pointless. I think people are best verdict for everything. I think me as a Congress politician might say whatever in terms of what is happening, but that could be possibly a very biased opinion. But what I personally feel is that the Congress has a future in Uttar Pradesh, and we wish to prove that. And we wish to prove this by our process of governance. We wish to prove this by through our process of inclusive development. We wish to prove this by a good law and order situation in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Thank you.